across the street because I don't want to name my business across the street. So I just left the museum just now, and the security guard tell me I can't have my bag on my back. Like, they think that I'm gonna steal something out the museum. I feel like this whole thing is dysfunctional because when you go to certain places, I always bring my book bag on me, and I always never steal anything from the museum. You understand? The guard came out to me talking about you can't have a book bag on your back, or you have to have it on your front or your shoulder. So you know what? I asked the security guard. I said, I can't have my bag on my back because you think I'm stealing something from the store. Like, you think I'm stealing something, or I'm gonna brace on the paintings or whatever like that. Like, these rules that they have in the museum, they need to cut this bullshit out because people have jobs and people have places to be and whatever like that. I feel like they're not doing their job as a professional when they working in certain facilities and whatever. So I'm like, listen, this is not how you run a museum. Like, you can't tell a person you can't have their bag on their back or certain things like that because it's wrong. You feel what I'm saying? I will not disrespect authority because I have my back on my back and whatever like that. That's insulting to me because I'm working, making a living, and I'm working a 9 to 5, making paycheck to paycheck, and I don't need to be stressing out or whatever like that. So the guy came to me and said, what's the sense of me bringing a book bag to a museum if you can't have a book bag on your back? So it's like, this is not really professional work that they're doing, and I feel like the museum need to figure out what they need to do to improve their system because it's so dysfunctional when you go in the areas and you're filming around the area and you're doing certain things that is so dysfunctional. So I'm like, listen, I ain't going to figure out like I'm saying, I don't like to be like, but I just don't feel like, listen, this is not how it's supposed to be running. This is not how America's supposed to be running everything. I feel like it's dysfunctional, everything like that. So I'm going to text my Aunt Latoya and Aunt Nita later and tell her this because I did my assessment at the museum and the security guard came up to me and told me I can't have my book bag on my back. That's not, I'm like, listen, like I said to the security guard, I can't have my book bag on my back because I'm working doing my assessment, taking notes of the paintings that I saw, and I can't have that on my back. You feel what I'm saying? It's like they think that you're stealing something, you taking a painting or something like that, and you're not even stealing anything. And it's like, it's really dysfunctional what we have to go through. And they told I'm like, listen, it's like, it's backfired because I do camera work for a living, making 9 to 5, making a paycheck to paycheck, making $250 every 2 weeks and whatever like that. And you have to understand, it's like, it's fucking dysfunction when you have to go through certain places and you can't have a book bag on. Like, I never heard such a thing like that. A law that states when you go to a museum, you can't have your book bag on, or you can't wear your book, you have to wear your book bag a certain way. That's not professional in a business. And I feel like I ain't gonna argue with the guard. I just continue patrolling, continue doing my work, and this came out because I don't need that frustration on me. Feel me? I don't need that frustration on me. Like, I ain't trying to be disrespectful, whatever, but I gotta show respect to them because they working at a museum. You feel what I'm saying? But you can't tell a person that they can't have their book bag on. Like, you can't. That's not professional business. I feel like you working for a place that is not professional, and I feel like you're not doing the right things in life to get your voice be heard and whatever. I never heard a law like that in my life. So when I go home, I'm gonna text Auntie Nita, Auntie Latoya to tell them this because that's certain things I don't understand this law. Like, you can't have your book bag on your back. You can't have certain things. And I'm like, listen, like, I'm not doing it to like spite nobody. I ain't stealing nothing. They think I'm stealing or something. They think I'm stealing something or whatever like that. I'm like, listen, it's really ridiculous what you have to go through. So right now we walking down this block. I'm walking down here. I'm gonna be on First Avenue anyway. So we walking down. I think I'm gonna take the Select bus service. Let me walk over there. Yeah. So like I said, like it's like it's dysfunctional, right? Really, I'm in the city trying to make some money in the city, whatever, and you're gonna come to me at the museum telling me I can't have my book bag on. That's really. I said I never heard a law like that in my life, and I gotta tell Aunt Latoya this and Auntie Nada this when I go home. I never heard a law like that in my life. You can't have a book bag on your back. That doesn't make no sense. I'm really like, I'm really like, this is a job that I do, and it's really frustration or whatever. I'm like, this is not how America's supposed to be running everything. You feel me? Like, I'm not like. I couldn't answer my phone at the museum because they're going to come to me and say I can't be on the phone. So I'm like, yeah, they're going to come to me saying, oh, I can't be on the phone because my mom was calling me. So I'm like, listen, I'm going to tell my mom this when I get home. You can't do nothing. Like, every time you go to a public place, you can't film, you can't do nothing like this. It's like, y'all like, yo, really? And you working, making 9 to 5 job for me? Like, really, man, like, it really messed up right here. Like, I don't know where, like, you can't have your book bag on. And he calling to me, yelling at me, talking about you can't have your book bag on. I'm like, look, really? Mm-hmm. I just left the museum. I'm going to continue my camera work. I ain't worried about them because it only make, I'm not worried about them. I'm going to continue doing my work and making money. So that's what we doing. I'm not worried about them, right? I'm not worried about that. Right? I'm going to continue walking on 89th. Come on, East 89th in Madison. I'm going to continue walking because I think about that shit. So I'm gonna be done my shift at 6:30, 7 o'clock. So I'm actually gonna be done. I got 3 of my footages on my other phone. So altogether I got 3, that's 6. So I gotta do 2 more shots and then I'm done. We on Park Avenue. You know, I'm gonna take the M86 bus and get off at the last stop. That's all I'll do. Use my card and just use that. Yeah. Work on my other 3 shots over that side. Me walking. Got a shot, clear shot right here, good shot. So I'm gonna take Park Avenue. I did a little poetry at the museum when I did my assessment. Took some notes about culture and look at that. So, vision of development of a culture is what? So vision of a culture is developing your own tools and your own life's journeys or something like that. I learned that. It's not my time to go. Alright, so anyway. And about that.